Something beautiful about send-offs. Hey, welcome back to more 3. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we reached the Mactha Wildwood and discussed the meaning of life. And then decided that's a silly idea. This time, we're going to explore through the Mactha Wildwood even more. We got another point right next to us. Hello!
Hey, you sure we're going the right way, guys?
Well, it's a path, at least.
Looks like it's going to be a real pain getting through here.
But we don't have the luxury of loitering.
Well, I don't see any other road to take. Just get this over with. Judy, look out!
What the? An ambush!
Ah! Weapons! Quick!
Getting ambushed by a cat girl? Come on! Start off with natural selection! That was a little bit weird. And can people draw the aggro off of Tyon real quick? That'd be great. And Yuri died immediately. Fantastic. Let's just throw the Moondog right away. Not the greatest healer classes out here right now. And probably fighting A is the worst one. Mystery Agnes Ninjas is our group. Okay. I'd like to throw out another regen. I do wish regen was a little bit stronger, because there's a couple of the healing classes that's really your best way to heal, and it is not very effective at healing. Senna's now as the Zephyr. She had ranked up to 10 in the Guardian Commander, which was before. We get to 10 in Guardian Commander thanks to us fighting the Clambus. Last episode? That was just last episode. Oh, I didn't realize that Neo died. Whoops. Yeah, we're fine. Focus on you, then C. I mean, the reason that we go after anyone else but A is that A looks a lot more important than everyone else. Which means he's probably more important than everyone else. I don't think we'll need the chain attack. Probably. Nah, I don't need it. That's a nice way for regen. A real nice spot for it. Can get multiple regenerate fields up at a time. Wait. That was Hornet, wasn't it? Yeah. I mean, you can still get multiple at a time, but you know. Use our talent art. So far, did not do much there. Still is a little bit of difficulty in order to get the, in order to get soldier equipment. There will be easier ways for us to get soldier equipment later on, but just not for now. Regenerate there. Noah's also got his regen field, so I mean, if our defenders stay close, they can get a lot of healing in. Has to be in a pretty specific area. I do also kind of wish there was a Do kind of wish there was. What am I trying to say? Oh my lord, I lost my knowledge. What was I talking about before? Difficulty getting items. Yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say. Ah well, happens sometimes. Anyways, that was whatever our move was. I'm doing great here. Things are going great. I should have just waited a second longer for multi-blast. But too late. So be it. There is the option for not doing any overkills to give yourself a little bit of a challenge, not give yourself as much experience. If you do that, you'll just when you beat an enemy, you will. I think the chain attack immediately ends with 200% XP bonus.
Falling here.
We just want to pass through. We're not looking for trouble.
Come on, guys. What's your problem?
Juniper! Imogen's at her limit. She can't keep going.
Huh?
Spark! And we could have had their life too. So close.
That's very unfortunate. We'll have to retreat then.
What was all that about? Weirdos.
Noah, what's wrong?
I was just thinking.
About that archer? They seem quite the formidable opponent, to be sure.
That's true, but there was something else about them.
Say, you don't think...
Those soldiers' flame clocks. They might be getting low.
Oh, come on, Noah. You'd better not be thinking of offering her assistance.
It's hard to put into words, but something's off.
What, and you think we have time to be traipsing around on this whim of yours?
It really bothers you?
Yeah.
Give it up, Tyon. Once Noah's like this, there's no stopping him.
Oh, why do I bother?
Besides, Noah's intuition's usually pretty on the mark.
We could just take a look. A tiny little peek?
Fine. I can see no amount of reasoning is going to dissuade you. However, if it turns out to be nothing, we head straight back and move on. Acceptable?
That's fine. Okay, let's move. We should be able to catch up to them if we follow their tracks.
And so we get to...
You know how folks are when their flame clock runs low? They'll come on us like starved beasts.
Yeah, I know. But I can't just turn a blind eye.
Time to follow the mystery Agnian Trail. I do like how they were called Agnian Ninjas. Grade A stuff. There's not really like anything ninja-ish about them. But, oh well. I'll cut this fight out. Well, if another one comes in, I will. Otherwise, you can probably do this fight quick enough. There's so much stuff, especially when you're in a one-on-one against a pretty small enemy. It really goes to show just how much stuff there is going on.
And I was the MVP.
And for the most part, you don't really need to know all of what's going on. Like, you don't need to know what every single little thing does. Just know when their health bar is, know what your health's at, stuff like that. Also, very mini Gogol. A lot of the Gogos we've seen are throughout the series, I should say, are very big. Jinguister Gigantus is a Gogol.
Judging by how the tracks stop here, it seems that this is where those soldiers passed through.
Through here? But how?
Doesn't look easily traversable, does it?
Yeah, I can't see us getting across there anytime soon.
We could always take a detour. Look, this way.
Yeah. Thanks, Tyon.
Like I said, We can't afford to be hanging around here. Come on, we haven't got all day.
Nimble little so-and-so sliding down here on a rope.
I wonder if they could teach me to do that.
I mean, well, I've been complaining about the fact that they're not very ninja-like. Sliding down a rope to ambush people is pretty ninja-like, I guess. These don't really fight or look like ninja, or at least typical ninja. Actual ninja, I think, were very different from media portrayals of them. Because this is the way it happens in a lot of things. Media portrayals will just be different from what the actual truth is and whatnot, and it's fine. It doesn't really matter, but, you know, it's something neat. And just fighting down a Corsair Google. Now, the Mech of the Wildwood is one of the more interesting areas in this game in terms of just how it overall is set up. Oh, I need to click that. Another one? But as we saw in the name card, which would have been the last episode, this is the High Maktha Wildwood. In addition to the High Wildwood, which we obviously go through as part of the story, there's also the Low Wildwood, which I don't think we ever need to go into for story purposes. And that's a good thing, because everything down there is around level 70 or so. It's an incredibly high level area. And you will have some early on quests that will ask you to dip your toes in the waters of the Low Maktha Wildwood. And just hope you can avoid enemies. I do remember that there is one really big, unique monster, but I do not remember what level it is. I think it's like, maybe like 78? It's a big area. We'll get there eventually, but still. We can just cut through here. Short little detour. Much slower than sliding down a rope.
Might as well, yeah.
And, we're out of time anyways.
This is crazy. There was a colony here?
That's right. This is an abandoned colony.
Please listen to us. We didn't come here to fight you. We can free you from your flame clock.
Free us?
You don't have much time left on yours, do you? We can help you with that, so if you just...
Stop attacking you?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll hear you out.
Thank you.
Please, come in.
They're still wary of us. Can't let our guard down. We have some new names registered.
Welcome to Colony Tau. Very intriguing colony, I will say.
New allied colony data.
Commander Juniper? Please, come inside. I'll figure the voice eventually. Commander Juniper's decided we won't attack you, but I dare you to try some funny business. We'll see how you fare then.
Not a lot of people around. Yeah. It's quite unlike any other colony.
The Colony Tau, as you can tell, seen
We
it
have some new
days.
names registered.
Just kind of wandering around. There is some, yeah, people over here, but
Even for a place this tumble down, the people here seem so resigned.
Yeah. It feels like it's completely cut off from the outside world.
Colony Tau, just in terms of its layout, is probably my favorite. The fact that the vines are interwoven with the colony design. I love Colony Tau so much.
I've seen a few colonies with dwindling flame clocks before, but this one is especially bizarre.
It's like they're not trying to survive here at all. Do you get that impression?
Back when I was stationed at Lambda, I'd heard rumors about Colony Tau.
What did they say?
That deep in the forest, there's a colony with some very peculiar customs and traditions. This is my first time seeing it in reality, but I never expected it to be so run down.
Did you have any dealings with it?
None at all. This is just hearsay from Commander Izzard.
Anyway, we should hurry. Let's smash the flame clock and free everyone.
It being an abandoned colony, we are continually starved of sufficient life sources.
Wait. Are you the commander?
That's right. Sorry, I failed to tell you before. I am Juniper, and it's my job to lead Colony Tau.
If that's so, then surely you must know who we are.
I'm afraid I know nothing.
Ah.
We have no need of such information.
Juniper told us we'd welcome you in, whoever you might turn out to be. So, that's the rule. We don't ask questions.
But you attacked us back there.
Our scouts told us about some monsters in the forest they've never seen before. So, we sent them out on a hunt. But then they bumped into you en route. They must have figured it'd be more efficient to get you out of the way first.
Though, contrary to our plan, we were made to retreat.
Oh yeah? What about your consul? Where are they hiding?
I told you, this is an abandoned colony. Our consul rarely visits us.
You're in such a strange situation.
All the more reason to get you out of this predicament.
I think you guys are getting the wrong end of the stick here.
It's true. We aren't afraid of Colony Tau's flame clock running out. All it means is the end of our days gazing at our ever-diminishing supply.
But you could die.
Uh-huh. As if we just let you waltz in and break our flame clock.
And we all have to perish someday. If our lives should expire, then we'll sink into silence, darkness, oblivion. We'll return to the Earth.
Yes, but you can't just...
The land will take us, and we will simply be. That's how it is at Colony Tau. No one will ever think of us, and yet here we are. Slowly but surely, we are withering. We don't always find the nutrition that we need to live. If Colony Tau cannot accumulate the vital flames it needs, then it proves only that we were too weak. And in nature, the weak are destined to perish.
The logic would dictate that nature is pushing you to become stronger.
If we set you free, you won't have to worry about all this crap.
We neither worry nor fear for what may come to pass.
We've already lost so many of our friends and allies.
And every time we return to their bodies to the Earth, such will be our fate.
What's the point of fearing the inevitable? We know we're gonna die. What's wrong with us living the way we always have?
But how do you live without hope?
It will spell the end of the story that our predecessors weaved for generations. A tale cut short. I won't argue that it feels a little melancholy. In that sense, if we were to be freed from the flame clock, then...
Juniper! Bad news!
Tell me?
The monsters are coming straight for the colony, and they already took one of us down!
No. They came all the way here.
We'll join you.
We have some new names registered.
As I said, I love Colony Tau so much. I am going to be more than happy to go into more investigation on, or more stuff on Colony Tau.
Juniper! We need orders!
This is perfectly fine. We'll defeat them right here.
Juniper,
What are you?
Ask us later.
we'll back you up.
Thank you. I'll fight to the best of my ability as well.
Here we go.
We have some new names registered.
And so we are joined by Juniper for this battle against the Anon Rhinons. And also a couple other people. They're here too. As for how Juniper fights, well, obviously we'll get into that when we are able to actually get the class for ourselves. It'll be a little while, though. Though, I will say, Juniper's class is actually very unique, I'll just say. And it's very hit or miss for people, but I think I like it. Honestly, I need to go back onto my my New Game Plus file and just go through and figure out, like, okay, or just really get myself reacquainted with playing all the classes. Because that'd be nice. That'd be real nice. Honestly, not too difficult to fight, though. A lot of fights will start off pretty difficult and then get progressively undifficult. And that's the case here. Especially if it's enemies that don't have a rage mode, which these Rhydons don't. You have Hammer of Deceit, which is an incredibly epic name for this. What was Iota? Iota 30 or was it 36 or 32 or 30? It's around this area. I think it might just be 30 flat. We'll pick that up in our side questing run that we're gonna be doing after this. I mean, most story progression we'll get for a little while. So, yeah. It's Faithy Shonum. One more Rhino to focus on. So far, it's pretty decent, I guess. I mean, the attack down is nice. So, I'll reshuffle arts eventually.
Guillaume's okay. He's still alive. Thank the flames.
I'm so glad we made it in time. I'm so glad. Again, accept my thanks. We couldn't have done this without you.
Don't worry about it.
I suppose it's strange of me to talk about the laws of nature when I fear losing my friends.
Not at all. Honestly, that seems like the most natural thing of all.
When you told me that you would release us from the flame clock, I thought that if you really were telling the truth, it would make life easier. But at the same time, I began to hate the fact that I was looking for a way out. Looking up at our clock, seeing the life ebbing away, I'd already accepted my fate. And letting go of that status quo, wretched though it was, after so long, I was scared of what might happen if we did.
Juniper.
Noah, your words at the time seemed so appealing to me. I could not destroy the collective efforts that became the colony and everything it represents with my own two hands. But then you said you would destroy it for us. We'd be guilt-free. If that isn't appealing, then what is?
You must have been aware of how tragic it is to simply await death. That's why you invited us, isn't it?
Even now, I'm not afraid of dying. But I hated the idea of losing those I hold dear. When I saw my friend lying there, I remembered what you told me, and for a brief moment, I felt the grip of fear. I felt so weak and helpless, yet at the same time I didn't want to let go of my dear friend. So I must have closed myself off. I stopped thinking, closed my eyes and covered my ears. Perhaps I was simply waiting for the inevitable release.
Even so, we have to keep thinking.
That's right. Even if there are things we'd rather not see, we still need to look.
And breaking out of your shell, scrambling in desperation for a way to escape despair. That's not what I call being weak. You've defended this place for so long. Why? Because you're strong. And once you're no longer shackled by the rules of the flame clock, you can accept a different reality. You can become stronger still. I know it.
We can.
You can.
It won't be easy, far from it. But we'll help you.
Juniper, it's your call.
We've made it this far thanks to you.
Yes, I suppose so. If there is a possibility that you can release us from the cock, then please.
And if not, it's not like anything's changed.
Very true. If you can't break it, I can live with that too. Nothing changes without a reason, without a cause. Perhaps this event will teach me to see things in a new light.
Here we go!
I see acceptance is actually surprisingly easy when it comes down to it.
I think it probably is, yeah.
I'm sorry if this seems rude, but could I ask another favor of you?
Sure.
I'd like to learn much more of the world, become a stronger individual. To that end, is there any chance I could accompany you?
What do you say, guys?
We could certainly do with someone of Juniper's caliber.
It'd be reassuring to have you on board. You're very welcome to join.
Is your colony gonna be okay, though? Can they get on without you?
Colony Town needs to undergo change too. We need to extend our knowledge and grow. So I'd like you to take me on a trip, somewhere far away, and show me something new.
A journey of discovery, huh? I guess that's another thing we need in order to grow.
Might be an idea to send some of our younger recruits out too. Could be a good lesson.
It's time to breathe new life into our colony. Let us break free from the chains that once bound us.
I guess I'm still hanging about, though. Can't have us all gallivanting about the place.
Your consul really doesn't bother to show up, huh?
Even after we broke the flame clock, you think they'd know?
Better this way, if you ask me.
Still, we shouldn't rule out the possibility that they'll make trouble for you.
If something happens, you tell us immediately, okay?
Sure, can do. We'll be counting on you.
Well, we don't have all day. I think it's about time we made tracks, no?
You're right. Time to move then.
Well then, everyone.
Don't worry about us. You know we can handle ourselves.
We'll prove that Colony Tau can be so much more.
Yes, I'm sure it will be.
Off you go then, skedaddle. The colony's staying right here, waiting for your return.
And so, fairly quick hero quest in natural selection taken care of. Get the Art of Flow, which gives us rope sliding.
It's a
Let's
pleasure.
get Juniper, the Stalker class, with Noah as inheritor. We'll quick go into that. Oh, never mind. Art of Flow is actually different. This is arts canceling. So now we can use arts into other arts. And actually, perfect timing for oh my god, names. Noah. Jeez. Noah to get to rank 10. Pick up the Stalker class. I almost said Hunter, but they're basically the same thing. The Stalker class is really, really unique in the way that it works. Swift Death grants deals more damage to enemies who are at just low HP. So it's good at picking off enemies at the very end. In Cold Blood, boosts damage dealt by 75% when attacking an enemy suffering from bleed. Works pretty well alongside the Flash Fencer, which does have the bleed art. Evasion Expertise has a chance to evade range attacks. This is pretty hit or miss, depending on the enemy. And Serene Heart reduces the aggro generated by attacks from 25%. The Hunter is... I'm gonna say that all the time. The Stalker is pretty good at, again, just dealing with weak enemies, dealing with enemies from a distance, and just taking care of foes without really drawing too much attention to yourself. It's very reliable damage. But the more interesting thing comes in with the arts. Landslide is extra damage to launched enemies, so it's situational depending on your team set. Driving Arrow inflicts bleed when attacking from the rear. Synergizes very well, you'll want to have that all pretty often. Rapid Shot boosts damage from attacking from the side, and Night Hunt increases back damage by 30% and reduces aggro drawn when attacking. A pretty unique stance in that one, so you really want to be behind the enemy. You can probably do something pretty good with Driving Arrow, Night Hunt, yeah, Night Hunt, and Staying Power. Staying Power gives you the Art Follow-Up. We saw this a little bit in the fight with those Rhinons. Art Follow-Up is one of the weirdest field effects. The way that it works, which this has been, the game never really explains this, I don't believe, but just, you know, going through different slates, finding out what that's all about. Art Follow-Up is basically, you will lay down a field, and anytime that someone within that field uses any art, then they will, the Staying Power, Art Follow-Up, that field will do 2 times the attack damage of the Stalker who set it to the enemy that's being targeted. It's very strange, but also, honestly, pretty good. Again, it's really weird, but Staying Power kind of is the main gimmick with this class. And then Refreshing Rain, by the way, is a 50% more damage against enemies who are at low health. It's fine. Dealing extra damage to low health enemies is pretty situational at best. As for your Master Arts, honestly, Hidden Thorn is going to be fantastic. Extra bleed is really nice because you do have the skill that helps with bleed damage. Now, normally I would finish things off here because we've gone over the class, but I actually want to talk about our hero for the class, Juniper. Because Juniper is someone that I am always going to screw up when using them. Not because of their ability in combat, but because of specifically the use of the phrase there. Juniper is a non-binary character. I believe in the... this is not the first time that it's happened in the series. Technically, Rock is weirdly their own gender in Xenoblade 2. But yes, Juniper is non-binary. I guarantee you I will screw this up all the time, and I will end up referring to Juniper as a she. Just because the appearance gives, and name also, as well as the voice actor, does give more of a female vibe to me, but just straight up, Juniper is non-binary. So keep that in mind. I believe her stuff is all the same as well. Yeah. Like, I think it's different. Not even. But with that taken care of, also she has Beast Mask and Repulsor Cuffs. With that taken care of, and with Colony Tau, one of my favorite colonies, and also one of the strangest colonies in the entire game. And I'm pretty confident in saying that it's one of the weirder ones. I think that'll do it for now. And unless, well, I think there's a few quests that'll take us through later parts of the Mach the Wildwood, but it's the first we'll go into the main story. Not too much progression. Actually, do you want to do this now? I'll figure out by next episode. But until then, see you guys later.